Can't catch a break. Dang it. Good morning. Just under 2/10 of an inch of rain yesterday, so it's wet this morning. Okay, well, it's going to be a nice day, it looks like. I thought it was going to be cloudy today. Sun's shining though, so it's good. I got my morning breakfast and Dr. Pepper. We've paid some bills and we're sending some invoices. Sending invoices is more fun than paying bills. We got to go down and clean up the beans that we treated yesterday, put those boxes away. We got 6 more boxes of our beans to treat, and then I have a customer bringing me a box of beans. Let's talk about that. So one of the things that I can and do is custom treating. I don't do a lot of it other than the stuff putting on the beans that I sell or warehouse for, obviously. However, I have the ability to treat beans for any customer of any kind, you know, whether they buy them from me or they buy them from somebody else. And I had a customer who did buy some seed from me, but he also bought some stuff from somebody else, probably several other people. And he had a box that he got delivered, and it just had that company's very base treatment, fungicide only. And the beans that he ordered from me had like everything. Like they were the highest treatment that I could do. He's in an area that they struggle with a lot of different diseases and insects and things, and the treatment has shown to pay on their ground pretty substantially. And so he's bringing that box of already treated beans, but treated with just a fungicide only, to me, and we're going to add Saltro to it. We're going to add the insecticide in with it. We're going to add, well, whatever he wants. And so this one is just one box. I can do that for more if people need. It would be better if somebody wanted me to do stuff like that, for them to just get their beans untreated and just bring them to me and just use my treatment instead of over-treating. But we'll do whatever we need to do. So he's bringing that. We're going to do that here in a little bit. We got to get those cleaned up, samples, tags, lids, all that good stuff. And then we got these 6 boxes that we need to run through the treater as well. All right, well, we got some of my stuff moved out of the way. There goes the box of other beans that we've gotten treated, and we've got our 6 boxes to go here. So I got chemical all mixed up. We just gotta do it. We'll just park this out of the way. I'm trying to figure out what to do here. There, I'm done. I'm almost done. I think there are 2 that I know I need to do. There might be more than that, but we're not ready for any of them right now. Like, I can't treat any more beans right now if I wanted to, and I don't want to. I mean, I do, but I don't. I've had enough. So, let's find something else to do. We do need to move all these boxes down to the farm if we get a chance. We might work on that today, but I don't want to do it right now. Well, I went and grabbed some lunch quick and decided we'd come up here and finish putting this thing together. So, we got a few more these arms, the reel. We got to finish putting the bottom of the reel together here and then tighten all the bolts up. Well, we're 3/4 of the way around. I'm going to rotate it one more time, get that last section to the bottom so we can put the rest of the pieces on, and then we got to go around and tighten everything up, and probably have to rotate it a few times for that too. Holy cow, look at that. We got a completed circle. What a deal. Oh, it's huge. It's huge. All right, well, we got to tighten everything up now. It all went on there. We had plenty of bolts. That's good. And we used all the rest of the pieces. That's also good. So, you know, I think we're in good shape. Just need some hose now. I think we've got it. I think everything's tight and good to go. Let's see if I can hang that back up, because I'm worried about it blowing away just laying there. So it hangs on a couple of pins there and chain it together. Should work. There! I got that back on. That was a little bit of a struggle, but we got it. So there's a couple of chains that hold this backside together. You can see how it works in there with the reel. It's got these rub plates to keep it from wearing through the plastic. And all our hose goes in there, and it will fill this cavity up completely. So, excellent. All right, well, that's it up here. I'm gonna put this box away, back over with our other stuff, and we'll head back to the farm. Real quick while we're here, you can see the ground is drying off on top. Now, this is some of our sandiest stuff. That's why we irrigate it. We don't have much sand, but where we do have sand, it's here. And so this should be one of the first ones to go. I don't know if it'll go on Thursday or not. The ground is not dry yet. You can see it's still wet on top here. But yeah, this is pretty sandy stuff. Like, we could work this, but we can't work the low ground in the back and along the road up there and stuff. So it's looking more promising that maybe on Thursday we better be ready to go. That's all I'm gonna say. Got back to the farm here. We got a whole lot of parts from our John Deere parts drop shed out there. We got some of these. These are straps. They go on the drag, the 5-bar spike tooth drag on the field cultivator. We had one that was broken. That happens occasionally. Good thing to have, so we'll get that changed. We got this tool and nut and washer. That is a C-shank spring compression tool for this. Remember, we had this one that was cracked here that Brock was taking apart the other day, and I kind of stopped him because, well, he stopped himself because he realized how dangerous this was. Yeah, there's a tool you got to stick in the top of this spring here, put a bolt in through that hole, and compress that so that you can take it apart. But we need a new piece on there because that one's cracked. So the tool comes with the field cultivator, but we can't find it. It's not where it's supposed to be, and so I got a new one. We got a new monitor bracket for the tractor because we got that G5 display. It has a different hole pattern, bolt pattern, to attach to the bracket than the old one. And I had an adapter, but we were using it for the Gen 4, that 4240 display in the 9R, and I stole that and put it in the 8R, so I got this because we needed another one. And then we have a spindle, what appears to be for lawnmower deck. I don't know if that's for our lawnmower, Phil's lawnmower. I'm not sure, but it was out there. So, oh, and then this is our fuel sender for the 8430. So we're gonna go work on this first, and that should be an easy fix. We got new bolts for it, and we'll just go put this in. So we just got to pull the floor mat up there, and then take this little cover off. It gives us access to that fuel sender. Right there. Hopefully, these wire harnesses are the same. Yeah, they look the same. Okay, so now we got to take those little screws out on their outside, or on the cap there, and that should pull right out of there. Like so. Now you'll notice this one has a float on the outside with a solid tube on the inside. Gonna stay? Yep. This one is much different. The float is on the inside, and it's got a small hole there and a small hole up at the top right there, and that will change how fast that float moves up and down so that it doesn't react as fast. Oh, there's not a gasket there. I thought there was. Should make it last longer, basically, because it's gonna keep it from sloshing around and stuff and being so sporadic. Ooh, okay. All right, now we just gotta get our holes lined up and screwed it down. They come with, you gotta order different bolts because that plastic is a lot longer, thicker, so you gotta have longer bolts than the ones that come out of there. Well, it's plugged in. And our fuel gauge is working. It shows it almost full, which is higher than it has been previous, and it's not full. So we'll watch it, see if it makes sure it's working next time we fill it up, and after we run it for a while, and hopefully that fixes our problem. It's one of those bouncing all over type of days. My crop consultant's been bugging me to get him a list of fields that we want sampled this year, so I was working on that here real quick. Typically, we sample anything that we're going to spread fertilizer on in the fall. That means anything that's going to be planted to corn next year and anything that's going to be planted to wheat next year. So basically all of the bean fields currently or the wheat fields currently will get sampled this year. So kind of just went through and made that general guideline and rotation, printing it off. I'm going to go talk to Dad, see if he wants to tweak anything, add anything, take anything off. The question mark there is the ones that are going to wheat this fall. They're beans, going to be beans now. We're going to sample them again next year after they're wheat. So we could skip this year, but we're going to spread fertilizer on them, and it'd be nice to know what needs to be spread. Well, I decided to come back and look at our beans some more. Definitely more of them popping up, but they're going to keep coming for a while. It's going to be a while before we have what we consider a final stand or a good stand. Yeah, we got a bunch of them poking through. Starting to unfold, bringing those unifoliate leaves out. So, oops. Look at this plant here. You'll see these two leaves here. Those are called the cotyledons, and those are actually the seed. Like, that's what we plant. It kind of puts a root down, and then it pushes the seed up towards the surface. They swell up, and then they start turning green as they start doing some photosynthesis. Those are what we call cotyledons. And then you'll see right here we have two leaves starting to emerge. Those are the unifoliate leaves. There are two of those that will emerge on every bean plant, and then from there you'll start seeing trifoliate leaves. We're a little ways away from seeing any trifoliates out here yet, but that's kind of how they get started. So these are the first true leaves, and yeah, they look so good. I'm so happy. Almost can row them. Almost. Not really yet, but they're coming. And they're, like I said earlier yesterday, they are going to keep filling in for a while here. Like, you know, we've got one emerged right here, and then you don't see another one in that row until you get to right here. But there's a bunch of them in that row. They just haven't made it to the surface yet. So, you know, over the next week, we'll see how many more we get. That's a little bit bigger of a gap than we would like to have, but I'm sure that we'll get more of them to come through. There's one right there that would make it. Oh, there's one right there that's just about through. There's another one. So, you know, we're going to get 2 or 3 times as many beans to come up as what we've already got out here. And, you know, is uniform emergence important? Yeah, sure. We'd like them all to come up the same day. If it's corn, that's more important. Beans, I'm not terribly concerned about it. They'll be fine. I don't mind that week-long emergence window when they're March planted beans. Like, it's just kind of the way that it is. They're going to take their time. It's okay. They'll make it. We'll come back out here. I mean, I'm going to keep checking them all the time here, but Monday next week we'll come back, and if it's not muddy and we've got time, we'll try and do a stand count, or we'll bring a tape measure and measure off 17 feet 5 inches, count a couple rows, and see what kind of population we've got. So right now it's a little low yet, but like I said, there's a bunch that are still coming. It's just going to take some time, especially the end rows here. Some of this got a little hard. There's some here, but not nearly enough. And it's entirely possible we've got to patch in some spots that don't make it, but we aren't going to do that for a while. That 0.2 of an inch of rain we had overnight has certainly dried up fairly quickly, and that is good. It's not dry enough to do anything today, but we're going to have to go look around after lunch tomorrow. See if we can find anything dry enough to work, and maybe plant tomorrow if we can find something dry enough to work. If it's, you know, 5 o'clock before we make it to a field, we might just work stuff up tomorrow night and then be ready to plant on Thursday. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, but without sticking a shovel in the ground, you just don't know. And the last time I did stick a shovel in the ground, it was plenty gooey. in our continued jumping all over the place theme for the day, we're going to transfer some boxes from here to the farm. And this whole strapping them down thing seems like an unnecessary waste of time. But trust me, it's not. We aren't doing a crazy good job. We're not going to ratchet them down and break lids, and we're not going to worry about the tails. We'll just throw them on the trailer, but still. I think I can do this without them falling off. This is where we got into trouble the last time. We're good. What did I say? I said that's where we got into trouble the last time I was trying to do that, and the boxes fell off on me. Boys are home from school. Look at this nice big concrete floor for you guys to play on. What do you think?
I like it.
How's school?
Good.
Were you good?
Yes. I'm clipped up too.
Clipped up? Oh, that's good. Up 2?
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's not all the way. If
Not all the way.
Clipped up one more, that was the whole way.
Ooh. What are you doing up there? I gotta get the boxes off the truck, the trailer. You think that's too much weight for that truck? A little Carolina squat going on there. Getting to be a lot of boxes here. We've successfully made 2 trips. We got 6 more to go and get. The ones that go right there. 27, 22. So 3 4s, 3 O's, 2 8s, 2 7s, 3 O's, the new beans. 2 7s go there, 2 6s, 2 5s, and 2 2s. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different varieties. That's too many. That's too many. To be fair, I had 7, and then they threw me those 2. Try these new ones for next year hybrids, or varieties. It's fine. It's good to diversify and have multiple different varieties or hybrids on the corn side to diversify your risk and spread out your maturities and everything else. But it's a real pain when you start dealing with lots of different stuff and you're constantly switching between them. And the fewer, the easier for planting purposes. But yeah, ideally 5 or 6 beans. I could see going 7 or 8 different corn hybrids, but even that is pushing it. So our wheat is certainly growing and loving this weather. All the rain we've had in April and the heat that we're getting now, it is taken off and looks fantastic. It looks like we're going to have an early wheat crop, which is good. Bodes well for double crop beans, which we're going to do. But who knows? We'll see. Getting a little more room in here. Oh, it's so nice having this empty. So I think it's time to start doing a little reorganizing. That stuff over there is all good, but there's actually quite a bit here that needs to go out yet. I got one big corn customer, he gets 90 some bags, and then I got the bean customers that get those 2 full pallets, and then that won't look so bad. And then I got 3 boxes there that need to go to customers that I just talked to the one guy. He brings a wagon and we dump them right in for him here. So he might come tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. And yeah, anyway, we need to sort of sort this stuff all out by customer instead of just how it came in the pallets that it is, you know, whatever. We'll put it on a pallet for each individual customer and organize that. And then I think those beans over there that are my stock beans will move over here, and then we can start shoving empties into that corner and keep it organized a little bit. I should also get the man lift in here. We need to fix some of the foam that started to fall down a little bit. I think when it gets warm like this, the ceiling expands and my foam that is friction fit up there is no longer tight. And so then it starts falling down, and that's a problem. So we need to fix those. And if we're going to stay wet here this spring and not have anything else to do, we should just keep finishing our ceiling up. Well, there we go. Phil's ready to plant beans. That should be all the beans we need. Should plant everything we've got except for the double crops. We might actually have an extra box in here somewhere, but we'll see how it all shakes out in the end. Just depends on how good our row shutoffs are timed in and everything, and how much overlap we get. But That's a lot of beans. There's a lot of other stuff sitting here. Yeah. We need to go through and organize this stuff a little bit at some point. These tall pallets that are wrapped up, this is all mostly foliar stuff. That's something that I've been meaning to do, and when I get a second to sit down, which next time it rains probably, maybe tomorrow morning, we'll see. I want to sit down and write out a plan with all of my trials, write everything down. Like, I have a pretty good idea, but I just want to make sure that I have a list so that I can check them off as they get done and look at it every day and make sure that I don't forget anything. I seem to have that happen to me every year where I've got a plan in place, and then at some point I'm going and doing stuff, and I just go and do it, and then I think, oh crap, I was supposed to do this in that field when I did that, and have some sort of split or trial or something, and I forget. So we're gonna try and do better this year. We'll see. Always gonna have something I screw up, I suppose. It's better. Fixed it. All right. Well, it's 5:30. Things are drying. We've got a nice breeze, sunshine. It's not hot, but it's not cold today. We got decent heat. Maybe tomorrow afternoon. We're gonna have to go look around. So I'm gonna go back down to the farm, take the gator back down there and see what's going on. Dad's mowing lawn, not much. There's not much going on. There's not much. I'm probably going home for the night. Decided to mess with this shank here for a minute. Use my new tool to compress that spring, and we got the bolt out that was held in there. Now we got to let the tension off of the spring, and then decide whether we're just going to put it back together and put it on the shelf or leave it in pieces. I want to look at that bushing in there and see what kind of shape that's in, and whether or not we need to be thinking about replacing a bunch of bushings. Finally, got the tension off. It's not cracked and it's not gone. It doesn't look terrible. There's a little wear to it, but actually those look pretty good. Not bad at all. Truck's getting a bath today. Alright, well, that part's still good. That part's still good. That part is not. Alright, well, that looks like tomorrow's project to me. That, and we've got to replace one of these straps on that drag, and we got to get this bracket installed. And I also noticed that our wheel weights are still on the rear end of that tractor that need to come off. So that's tomorrow morning's plan. But now I'm going home. I'm tired. I don't know why, didn't do anything. But we got a lot accomplished today, actually, so it's good. Sort of jumping all over the place these days, just trying to find little things to do, but things that have needed to be done for a while that we're just finding time to do because, well, we're not farming. So there's a chance tomorrow. I'm not going to rule it out. There is a possibility that we could be in the fields tomorrow afternoon. We'll go and look at stuff. We'll take care of a few things in the morning, then we'll go look in the afternoon. So thanks for watching this one. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Make sure you like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Go check out Farm Focus. Grab yourself some Borderview Farms apparel. Hoodies, t-shirts. Got some new t-shirts up there a month or so ago. See you guys in the morning. Also, I haven't talked about it.
Already knows how to farm it because he's been doing.
I haven't talked about it for a while, but you see my Source hoodie. I need to sell like $5,000 worth of Source yet. Anybody want to try it? Anybody want to buy some? Gets me to another tier, and I get a little bonus. So somebody help me out. Buy some Source. I had to take the boys for a bike ride. I think I'm too old for this. They're fast.